Tell me which one is the craziest, religion or walking away from it? Walking away, you might think there's a choice, but really there's nothing to gain from it.
And on people, man, just on the way to Speaker's Corner right now, driving in some crazy rain on this motorway. I'm gonna holler at Peniros' mind when I get down there, cause we got some things to talk about before we go live, you know. But I hope everyone gets tuned in, logged in. We're gonna do an Insta live as well, so get ready for all of that. Out to man like P, I'm out. Blessings. Talking truth, and you gotta speak the truth. Yeah, we're here live right now, People's Corner. Yeah, we had a bit of controversy with this guy behind me because he's smoking in the mouth and screaming and shouting and all of that. But other than that, it's been cool. Everyone else down there's got good energy today. Like, it's not been too bad. I had to slap a man's hands out of the air because he was getting too close to my face. But you know, other than that, it's all good. It's all good. You know what time it is. I'm here with Chrissy. She's doing some filming today. Yeah, so don't worry, we got some extra footage for you people that missed out. But yeah, like we're here. We're gonna keep it moving. Yeah, a couple of brothers are here still. We got the police over there. I thought there was gonna be bare police down there today, but I see like 2 policemen. I see a van that looked like it's kinda empty. So ain't nothing. Yeah, we're gonna go for a little walk and see if we can find content over everything. Brothers, I'm going all praise to the Most High. Bless yourself. And he's the only one who has added a commandment.
But is he? Where did he say?
Love your neighbor like you love yourself. That is a commandment.
But that's
he says it himself. Read his words. He says, you must follow the law, follow the commandments, and my commandment.
Wait a minute, did you just say he added to the law?
Added to the law.
So you're saying love your neighbor is something law that Jesus brought? It wasn't there before?
That's what he brought.
Are you saying it wasn't there before?
I'm not gonna say it wasn't there before in the sense that, you know, that teaching is from the Most High. The Most High has always wanted to love each other like we love ourselves.
In fact, Jesus' teaching was this. Anyone who takes away from the law, yes, or adds to it, yes, anyone who changes the law, even a jot, will be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Well, let me ask you a question. Who said before...
Brother, let me finish.
Who before Jesus said, you must love your neighbor before you love yourself?
Listen,
the way you love
like
yourself.
I told you, loving your neighbor, if Jesus...
Who said that before Jesus?
If Jesus said, love your enemy even, yes?
Who said that before him?
I'm asking you, I'm telling you. When Jesus himself says, anyone who changes the law, even a jot, yes, will be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. Do you think Jesus would go against his own preaching?
No, but Jesus is the only one of the prophets other than Moses who has come with commandment, which is love your neighbor like you love yourself. He says honor my commandment in his words, not my words.
Wait. Jesus said to follow the law of Moses. That was given to Moses.
As well as...
He didn't have his own laws.
No, he didn't have his own laws. He said, yes, I agree with that, but he also said, follow my commandment, which is love your neighbor like you love yourself.
Let me give you a law.
Commandment.
Let me give you a law. Here's the law. The law is...
You haven't answered my question though.
But I'm telling you, look, there are many things.
No.
Listen.
Who before Jesus said, love your neighbor like you love yourself? Who said that before him?
I don't know. Maybe people might have said.
Nobody.
How do you know? Have you looked at all the books?
Thank you.
Have you looked at all the books?
I'm asking you because you said...
No, but you are making a statement. I said I don't know.
My brother, you said, this is what you said. I'm going to quote you back and the cameras have got you, yeah? You said... was that there before Jesus? And I'm saying no.
Sorry,
Jesus,
what was that before?
I said nobody before Jesus has said, love your neighbor like you love yourself.
So you're making that as a statement. And have you researched all the books in the world?
All the books in the world?
Yes.
Well, if we're dealing with books about Yahushua, yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm saying all the books written by other people before Jesus.
Before Jesus.
So unless you have done the research that no one has said this, then your statement is really not valid.
No one has said this as a commandment.
How do you know that? What do you mean as a commandment?
How do I know that?
What do you mean as a commandment?
Find it. Bring us.
Okay, one of the commandments in the book of Moses.
Jesus himself used the word. He specifically used the word commandment. Follow my commandment.
I, as a Muslim, I respect and revere Jesus.
And he said that.
However, Jesus did not eat pork. Why? Do you know why?
Why? Because it's unclean.
Do you know why he couldn't change that law?
I don't eat pork.
I didn't say you did. I'm saying why he could not change that law.
Because it's the law before he came.
Yeah, you know who actually changed the law? Paul.
That's right.
Paul said anything goes in your mouth is clean now.
I've got you. I don't believe that.
But that's in the
I
Bible.
don't believe that.
That's the
I don't
same
believe
Bible
that.
where it says love your neighbor.
Hear what I'm going to say to you. Hear what I'm saying to you.
Sorry?
Hear what I'm saying to you. No, I don't believe in the Trinity. When we're dealing with Bibles, what we need to do is, we need to deal with the real laws, the real Bible,
Yeah, but which is the real
Old
life?
Testament, which is really the Old Testament.
So you're saying the New
Which is
Testament.
also in your book.
So wait a minute, you're saying the New Testament is not the real book.
Not all of it. And loads of bits have been removed.
So who
from the actual
decides
book.
what is right in the New Testament and what is not?
Who decides? I don't know whoever's writing these things.
And how do you know the Old Testament is the true one?
How do I know it's the true one? Because it's the law of Moses, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they told you.
It's the real history.
That's what they told you.
All right, where does it come from?
I'll tell you what.
Where does it come from?
Yeah.
It comes from the Greek Septuagint, which is taken from the scribes who they took out of Egypt, what we now today call Egypt. But we know that landmass was not called Egypt.
What is
It
the
was
earliest?
Kemet. Now, what we need to do is we need to understand Egypt is happening right now. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay, are you having a dialogue or preaching? Because it looks like you're always focusing on the cameras.
I'm not focusing on the camera because they're filming.
Because
so
when
gonna
I'm
make
talking
sure
to
they got
listen,
this right. They got
don't
it
worry,
right.
the cameras can do the work without you focusing on the camera. Okay? That's automatic.
That's cool.
Now,
That's cool.
listen to me. What is the extant manuscript of the New Old Testament that you know exists?
What is the extent? of my
Extant
understanding?
manuscript. Extant means
The extent. Talk to me. Talk to me. You explain it.
Yeah, extant means what is available to you for you to examine and observe today. That happens to be the earliest Old Testament manuscript.
Okay.
Do you know how old that is?
How old is it? You tell me. I want you to tell
It's
me.
more than 1,000 years after Moses.
Okay.
Now, if you have a gap of 1,000 years after Moses, how do you know whether it's been changed over that 1,000 years or not?
I'd imagine that men have obscured the books.
I'm talking about the Old Testament.
I-
The one that you
I
said is a
believe-
real book.
I believe that all books have become obscured. So I don't deal with books like that.
But how will
What I do, this is
You
what I
just
do.
mentioned the Old Testament,
This is
that's
what
a
I
book.
do. This is what I do. If
Yeah.
we're going to deal with the Old Testament, we have to go back into our Septuagint. Then we need to find
Even
out.
the Septuagint,
Let me finish.
the earliest
let me finish,
1,000 years after Moses.
Let me finish. We have to deal with our Septuagint.
Yeah.
Then we have to go back and find out where did they get the Septuagint from? Where were those scholars taken from? They were taken out of Kemet. What were they learning from?
So where's
and
the-
then we
where's
can
the Kemet
find,
books?
we can find the commandments on the walls.
Which walls?
Egypt.
Of Moses?
We can find the
Can
commandments.
you find the name Moses on any wall in Egypt?
No.
Exactly.
No. We can
does it
find
mean it doesn't
Tutmos.
exist?
We can find Tutmos.
Does it mean Moses doesn't exist?
We can find Tutmos, but we can't find Moses.
But your whole purpose of saying that the Torah or the teaching that was
I don't
that
do
Jesus,
with all of this Torah business. I don't do with Bible.
What do you mean by
I
Old
don't-
Testament then?
Let me show you something.
Bro,
What
you
I
mentioned
mean-
the Old
what I mean
Testament
by Old
is the
Testament-
only
what I
true
mean
book
by Old Testament
earlier.
This is what
And
I
now
mean by
you're
Old
making a
Testament.
complete U-turn.
No, I'm not making a U-turn. What I mean by Old Testament
Yeah,
is the
go
Ten
on.
Commandments. I only deal with the commandments.
Okay, so it's only the Ten
As long as you
Commandments.
follow the commandments, and as long as you follow Yahweh Shai's commandment, you can be saved.
Okay, so you're basically saying the Ten Commandments which are in the Old Testament,
That's right.
where is that preserved? Where is the earliest copy of that?
Egypt.
On where? You find it on a pyramid or something?
It's on the walls.
Which walls?
It's-
Show me the
it's
walls where
Mayat.
the Ten...
It's the commandments of Mayat.
Yeah, but the Mayat is not the Ten Commandments. You know that
There's
and I
more
know
than,
that.
so there's more than 10.
So
there's
let's
more
be
than
fair.
10.
Let's be fair.
So there's more
the
than 10.
commandments of Mayat are not the Ten Commandments of the Old Testament.
But the 10 commandments
Now, hold
are
on.
in
Hold on.
Mayat.
Let's be fair now.
The 10
Let's be
commandments
fair.
are in Mayat.
The 10 Commandments, for example, do not covet your neighbor's wife.
That's in Mayat.
Okay? Let's look it up. Show me where it says that.
I'm leaving that to you to look up.
No, you're the one making the
No,
claim.
I'm going to leave
the
it to
onus
you
is
to
on
look
you.
up. Anyone who's watching at home, take your time, go and look at the
So you
commandments
and
of
everyone else
Mayat.
here do the research
Look
for
at
you.
the commandments of Maya and see if you can refute what I'm saying. Listen, I'm not here to change your faith. If you're Muslim, stay Muslim. You know, as long as you got love in your heart, you believe in the Most High, and you believe in Yahweh.
You're
Shai,
going in the
and
preaching
you
mode
believe in
again.
His commandments, you can be saved. If you're Christian.
So
and
now
you
we know
believe
we are
in
not dealing with
Jesus,
the 10
and you
commandments
believe
of
in the Most
Moses.
High,
Bro.
you can be saved. As long as you believe in God's law and you follow His commandments and you follow Jesus' commandment, Yahweh Shai's commandment,
But you just said those books are irrelevant.
we're done.
The Jesus' commandments and Moses' commandments is not Mayat's
Do you know why I say the
commandments.
books are irrelevant? Do you know why I say the books are irrelevant? Because it's about what's in your heart. And at the end of the day,
But that's subjective.
men- this is what people do. They
You're doing
gather
it again.
information, they gather information, they start regurgitating, and they become vain. This is not a Vanity Fair. Find love in your own heart. Find love for the Most High for yourself. Don't do it for him. Don't do it for me. Yeah, I'm done. I ain't really got much more to say, so I'm going to leave you people with that because we're about
You know,
to blow out.
earlier when you, as soon as you started, I said you don't need to be a religious person to love your neighbor. Did I not say that? So I wasn't doing it for myself. I wasn't doing it for you. I wasn't even doing it for the atheist or the agnostic who love the neighbor.
can allow you to believe that.
Bro, wait a minute. You're the one who mentioned the Old Testament. And then you made a complete U-turn. You went to Maya's Testaments.
What's that got to do with it?
Wait a minute. What does Old Testament mean?
It doesn't matter.
Now it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Before it was the most important
No
book
vanity.
to you. Now
No
it doesn't
vanity.
matter.
No vanity.
It's not about vanity. It's about
No
your statements.
vanity.
You
No
completely
vanity.
made a
Let's
U-turn.
forget
You
about
made
the
a complete
books for a
U-turn.
second, yeah? I want everyone to hear me clearly. Let's forget about books for a second.
So where do you get information
I'm
from?
saying forget about the books for a second because I'm just trying to give you guys a message, yeah? Love your neighbor like you love yourself, yeah? Follow
Nothing new
God's
there.
law. Forget about the laws of men. Follow God's law. Doesn't matter where I got it from. Doesn't matter where I got it from. I can get it from a Bible. I can get it from a Quran. I can get it from Maya. I can get wherever you got it from. As long as you got love in your heart and your heart can weigh on the scales and balance out, you're cool.
So you're saying, listen.
I'm not here to
listen.
change no one's belief.
Let's analyze that.
Let's
You
make
said
that clear.
you said to follow God's law.
That's right.
According to Christians, the only way they will be saved is by the human sacrifice of Jesus. Do you believe that?
They can believe it.
I'm asking you. You said they can follow. Do you
I'm not
believe?
a Christian.
Do you believe that is right?
I'm not a
Do
Christian.
you believe human sacrifice is right?
No, I'm not a Christian.
Good. So don't say follow whatever you want. You're not God.
No, this is what I'm going to
No,
say.
no, you said
whatever
follow
you
every.
want. I'm not
You're not God.
And judgment will come from God.
Yes.
Judgment will come from the Most High. So if you're following the wrong thing, when you face your judgment, don't feel hard done by.
Very good point.
Don't
If
feel
you
hard
follow
done
the
by.
wrong thing. Now, sir, what's your name?
Shiffa.
Shiffa?
Shiffa.
Shiffa.
Right,
Okay.
brother.
Shiffa, how would you know you're following the right God?
How would you know?
Yeah.
How many gods?
Yeah, there are lots of gods, you're right.
Well, I'll be honest.
Jesus said, my
Maybe
God.
you're not going to know. Maybe, to an extent, maybe God doesn't want everyone following him.
No, but do you think God is fair? Would God give you a chance to be saved in this world?
I can't speak for God.
Well, God has told us in the Quran that He has sent warners and reminders to all nations, which means all nations have an opportunity for salvation. Now, if you, Shiffa, follow a particular God, and let's say the Hindus follow a different God, and the Christians follow a different God, and the Muslims follow God as well, yes?
As far as I know, the Christian God and the Muslim God are the same God, which is the Most High, Yahweh.
Yeah, you're right, because at the end of the day, we follow one God. They claim to
God.
follow one God. The Jews claim to follow one God, and that's why these are called Abrahamic faiths.
I don't believe in this Abrahamic business.
No, hear me out,
We're not
hear me
gonna
out.
deal with
The reason they're called Abrahamic faiths is because all three of them, they consider
Abraham,
Abraham.
the child of Adam.
Bro, please. All of them consider Abraham to be the patriarch. Yes?
Right.
The reason is because he was the one who recognized the one true God, and he was the one who was given this message from one true God to tell the people to follow the same route to salvation.
Did Noah recognize the one true God?
Say again?
Did Noah recognize the one
Yes,
true
of course
God?
he did.
Did Adam recognize the
Yes,
one
he
true
did,
God?
yes.
That's why I don't deal with Abrahamic.
The reason
There's
Noah.
no vanity here.
Hold on.
No vanity.
Noah also recognized one God. Adam recognized one God.
That's correct.
That's why in Islam we say a Muslim is someone who submits to one God. You see the beauty of the name Muslim? Muslim doesn't mean that Adam wasn't a Muslim or Noah wasn't a Muslim. As far as we are concerned, they're all Muslims, because Muslim means submission to the one true God. So if you submit to one true God, then you are a Muslim. Whether you want to use that label for yourself or not, that's a different matter.
I believe in Islam, but I'm not going to call myself a Muslim. I'm an Israelite. But I can believe.
So that's what I'm saying. So anyone, like I said, like I was saying earlier, how would you know the one true God? For example, if somebody comes to you,
how will you know?
I'm coming to that. If somebody comes to you and they say that, I know the true God. Now, what criteria would you use to identify that one true God? Because earlier you said that, I don't care what you follow, what God you believe in. Okay, as long as you believe God and you believe this, then you are doing a good thing. Now, this is a general statement that people make. And
well, that's not exactly what I said, but
well,
you can go back and
I'll
rewind
paraphrase
that.
it. If I made a mistake, you're more than welcome to correct me.
I said quite a bit more than that, but they can go back and rewind
but
that.
what I'm
There's
saying
there's
is
no
that this is
problem,
not the message that was preached by the prophets. If you start believing that God has a son, that God, the only way for salvation is to die by his son on the cross.
Make no graven images. Let me make sure everyone knows this. I don't do with no dirty crosses. Yeah? I don't believe in killing of the prophets, for salvation. Because the commandment says, thou shalt not kill. So how can we be saved by murder? makes no sense in my personal opinion. But for other people who have different faiths and different beliefs, I'm not here to change your faith. Believe what you want to believe. Now, on the day of revelation, when it comes,
Day of resurrection.
the day of resurrection, if you want to call it that, when that day comes, you will have to face your judgment. Don't be angry if you was believing in the wrong thing and you end up in the wrong place, because you made your choice. And you've been given multiple choices. You've been given a multitude of information. Yeah? Now, like I said, if your heart weighs properly on the scales, you will be saved.
But
if
how?
You love your neighbor,
you need to tell them
let me say
how.
something.
You need to tell
If
them
you
how
love
will
your
you be
neighbor,
saved.
If you love your neighbor,
Is that it?
like you love yourself, you will be saved. If you follow the Most High's commandments, as well as
And where are these
love your
commandments
neighbor,
written?
like you love yourself, you will be saved. These commandments are not only written in the Quran, they're also written in the Bible, they're also written in the Torah, they're also written in Egypt.
But for
They're
you,
written in many places.
those books are not important. You said earlier.
Listen, the book's not important. What's important is the message.
But the commandments are written in the book, and you're saying the book is not
The
important.
book's not important, the message is important.
But how will you get the message
So,
without the book?
You could get the message without the book, because my dad could have taught me the message.
Yeah, but your dad, where did you get that get it from?
Doesn't matter, he could teach me the message without me reading the book though.
No, hold on. When your dad gives you the message,
Yeah.
then obviously you need to verify that, right?
That's right.
How will you?
I could go to
How
Egypt.
can you verify
I could
that?
go to Egypt, learn ancient Egyptian and read the wall and learn the commandments and still know the commandments.
Have you done that?
I don't need to, because I know them already.
So you know them already
I know them already.
from your dad,
Not just from my dad,
from home.
through research. I've read books, I've read books.
Okay, so can you read ancient Egyptian?
I can't read ancient Egyptian, but
How will you verify that?
I know people who can decipher it.
Okay,
so
you're going
I
based.
can hear the
That's fine.
deciphering.
You can go based on testimony. That's no problem.
That's right.
Okay.
But you're going based on testimony as well.
I don't have anything. Sorry, I have no objection to testimony. I never said that. That's why I said you're going based on testimony.
You can. Yeah, we
but
can
when you say the commandments, yes. For example, if the commandments are to worship one true God, you believe in one true God, right?
That's right.
Right. And do you believe that one true God sent messengers through his prophets?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Now you believe.
That's right. I believe that.
Okay. So these messages that the prophets gave to people, where are they?
Where are they?
Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine they're in books, they're written on walls, like I said. They're written in many places.
So books
they're
are
in
important.
Manuscripts.
Messages
They're
on
the
walls
internet.
are important.
They're on the internet.
Is that true?
There's many
So
places you can
now
get messages from.
now we know that the messages are in books and written on walls.
Okay.
And these are both important, right?
To an extent, yeah, to an extent.
We're
You have to get the
making
message from
progress,
somewhere.
'cause
You
earlier
have
you
to
said
get the
books are not
message from
important.
somewhere.
We're
Do you
making
know-
progress,
No, but
that's
I said the book is not important for a reason. So go back, rewind your video,
Yeah.
and listen to the reason why I said the book is not important.
Which
because the reason. No, I'm not gonna repeat myself. I don't believe in this regurgitation of the
Well, it's
time.
your own
At the
statement.
end
You're
of
not
the day, end of the day,
regurgitating
everyone
somebody else.
believe what you want to believe. Make your own decision. I'm not here to make your decision for you. If my brother wants to influence you and he wants to change your way of thinking, I'm gonna leave that to him. I'm not here to change no one. Blessings.
Okay.
Yahweh blessings to everyone. I hope everyone has a brilliant evening.
So this name,
I've already found it.
bro, wait up.
Everyone has
So
to
this
find it for
name,
themselves.
this name Yahweh that you just mentioned,
Yeah.
is that on the walls in Egypt?
It's not on the walls in Egypt.
Where
no.
is it then, brother?
Where is it? It's in many other places.
Give me one name where it is.
It's on well,
Which book? Which
well,
message? Where?
We can go back to ancient America and we can find Yahweh.
Where?
Where can we find it?
Where?
In the temples.
Which temple? Which temple in America will you find Yahweh?
In which temple?
Yeah.
In most of the temples.
You said you have read a lot,
In
so
most of them.
I would like to learn from you. Where?
I'll
Give
be
me
honest
one
with you.
name
I'm gonna
of
be
a
honest with
temple.
you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to
So
do
basically,
that.
the name Yahweh
I'm not here to do
is
that.
in a temple in America, and you know it for certain, yeah?
Listen, I'm not here to do this with you. What I'm here to do with you is,
Okay.
if you want information about people, there's an internet out there. There are many sources of information. If you want to refute something this brother's got to say, or
It's
what
not
I've got to
refuting, it's
say,
just asking you to verify
feel free.
things. You know,
I'm
I
not
like
here to refute anything he's got to
It's
say.
nothing to do with
My brother is
refutation,
doing
to do
great
with the
work because
verification.
he's preaching one God. That's enough for me.
Alhamdulillah.
My brother.
That is very important for us
Keep doing
and
what
for
you're
everyone,
doing.
yes.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
I enjoyed this.
No
I enjoyed
problem.
it.
Alhamdulillah,
Yeah,
yes.
everyone have a blessed day. I'm
Yes.
done.
Alright, this is us leaving Speaker's Corner now. There were nothing going on down here. Like, we tried to get into some debates, but no one really wanted to debate with us. We had a few friendly people who didn't want to be filmed, that, just wanted to talk and ask a few questions, but there weren't really much going on down there. It's kind of empty in there. So we're walking back to the car. I don't think there's really much more to say other than that, man. It was just dead out there. You know, a load of guys regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again. It was weak. It was very, very weak. There was one moment when we first landed where a guy tried to get up in my face. Unfortunately, we didn't have our camera rolling at that point, but we did get some footage just shortly after that. You know, we had a little bit of a debate, but that was as far as it really went. It was kind of dead out there, to be honest. Like, so out to Peniros, man. This is Shiffa signing off. I'm about to jump in the whip, travel down to South and go get myself some food. I think that's going to be a lot more interesting than this bloody park was, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I don't think they're really ready to debate with someone like me down there. These guys, the conversation is so weak. There was just no point. It was just pointless. Even the guy that tried to get hyped up, what ended up happening is the police turned up and it looked like he was about to get himself arrested. Even though, like, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, the guy's pushing his hands up in my face. I slapped his hands out of the air, told him stop putting his hands in my face and spitting when he's talking. But obviously, I'm assuming they got cameras, so they must have seen what was going on in it. What more can I say? But yeah, that is it. Speaker's Corner, done for the day. Hopefully, when the weather picks up, there'll actually be some debates for us to get into. But yeah, other than that, just a load of old people, some young people there that seemed like they were bored. A load of people like having little private conversations and that. It's not even worth it, cuz. But yeah, signing off. Stay blessed. Peace. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm out.
Only one race who's an alien. I don't believe in the atheists. Tell me which one is the craziest. Religion or walking away from it. Walking away, you might think there's a choice, but really there's nothing to gain from it. I don't believe in the patriots. You never own it, you've taken it. Murdering, pillaging, raping and plundering, happily putting your name to it.